Good evening, my fellow exorcists, and welcome to the Lair of the Film Exorcist. Tonight I will be reviewing BNA, also known as Brand New Animal. The existence of humanoid animals that have been living in the darkness for centuries has been revealed to the world. Well, technically already it's been revealed to the world, but I guess this was the closest they could have come to a summary. Now, I kind of want to note that this show felt very similar to another anime that we did previously, Kamisama Kiss, due to the relationship that the main character, Michiru, has with the silver wolf, also known as Shiro Ogami. Both don't like each other as much because one was a human that was turned into a beast man, and the other one is a beast man who is also technically that world's god. The only difference is there's no romance in this, technically. Like, one's a 100-year-old wolf versus an 18-year-old girl, and neither one really has any feelings for each other, just they feel like they're comrades. One trying to find a cure for her transformation, and the other just trying to protect his people and protect the Beastmen. Now, a lot of people told me that they liked this because it was more like a furry show and some furries really like this, but no. I liked it because, one, it has a really great mystery. Two, it had this little scene where they added a character that really looked like Winnie the Pooh, and they even named him Winnie the Pooh. They also had a little bear character that looked like Tom Nook from Animal Crossing, and just the animal designs are so good. And I love how Michiru is like essentially the brand new animal that they talk about in the title, where she's technically a tanuki, but she can turn into or steal the attributes of any animal, like the wings of a bird or the legs of a cheetah. And because of this, she is one of the best characters in this, next to her friend Nazano, who essentially has the same condition, except she was turned into a fox, essentially turned into this false deity, who is a play on the silver wolf, which turns out to be Ogami. She has this whole cult that follows her, well, this church that follows her, let's call it a church, and she treats this as, oh, she's an idol now, she's getting her wish, she's always wanted to be an idol, and this kind of blinds her a bit to the dangers of the humans and people like Alan Silvestri, who apparently is also a beast man in this, who's been pretending to be a human for years, and it also plays on the idea that humans are dumb. This show also has some really good action scenes because this show is from another one of my favorite anime that I used to watch on Toonami, Kill la Kill. Yeah, you can kind of see that in the art style and the way the battles go and the plot of a villain trying to destroy all beast mankind and essentially ruin the peace that the beastmen have with each other and the mild peace that the humans have with them. Alan turns out to be like this weird wolf creature that can also turn into like a Cerberus. I also like how this show does its mystery of what's actually going on. Like, it gives us twists and turns, like, oh, they might cure Michiru and Nazano, and they might cure the Beastmen of their rage. But also, there's the side of Ogami who is willing to kill Boris and the rest of the church and prevent the show that Nazano and the church have been putting together to cause the Beastmen to lose their shit, essentially, for the good of the Beastmen, because he doesn't want them losing their heritage and their lives. The show also has a very fun baseball episode with the Bears versus these really pissed off Flamingos, another team that is a bunch of, I think, felines, And then there's another one with this really pissed off mouse that just wants to kill everyone. The whole big thing is about betting in baseball and Michiru trying to return the love of baseball to the Beastmen after one of her caretakers mistakes baseball for basketball, which is Michiru's favorite sport, and it's just really fucking fun. You meet a lot of fun characters in this show, like a albatross called Binga. There's the mayor. The caretakers are really funny. Melissa Horner and the chicken rooster Jem Horner, who essentially is the alarm clock for most of the neighborhood, apparently. I also like the commentary where the police are all these kinds of different canines and dogs, where the mafia is run by a shark, a literal shark. There's also, at the very beginning, sadly we never get to see her again, but there's someone named Granny who kind of feels similar to Granny Goodness in the DC comics, but also she's like this brothel owner who runs this place called Bunnytown, which deals in child slavery, and it's up to Michiru to save the children, and this is how we find out about her many powers. It's just a really fun show, and I'm glad people recommended it. I actually kind of wanted to watch it when it came out, but I decided to wait, and I'm glad I did because it's now on Netflix, or it was on Netflix, and it was a really fun show, and I kind of wish we got a second season, or I hope we do get a second season someday, because I kind of want to see more of Michiru and Ogami's relationship as partners. To be honest, it kind of feels like a Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde kind of relationship. I also like the little note that the reason why this happened was because it was a medical incident, which kind of has been done before with shows like Tokyo Ghoul, where the wrong blood is infused into someone and they're essentially used as a test subject for a new possible species, and they don't find it out until later on, and they just live with the powers and join this whole group. That's another note I just realized. This is also technically similar to a lighthearted version of Tokyo Ghoul, essentially, where Michiru learns to accept the Beastmen and join them. But yeah, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10, and maybe I'll come back to it. Maybe one of these days I will watch Beastars Season 2 with Cinema Witch. Sorry she couldn't be here this week. Work decided to give her longer hours again, and for the entire week, and it's just been messing with her schedule a lot, especially on top of also the recent car accident that she had, and she had to get another rental car, and just it hasn't been a good week for either one of us. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the little notification bell for more of our content, and to give YouTube an idea that you want to see more of our content. Honestly, don't judge a beast by its fur, just like you wouldn't judge a human for their hairstyle. Have a great night.